Okay, we're on our last round now, and that is round 3 on our pattern. It's sort of the 4th colour, and everything is the same as we've been doing so far. So I'm turning. Did you see? I nearly forgot, didn't I? I'm turning the work, starting with the bobbly side so that we don't get that sort of skewed square. And I'm going to put my hook through a corner space, any corner space. At this point, I would suggest don't keep going into the same corner space. So where you're fastening off, turn it and use different corners again, just to create a nice sort of neat and even square. Pull the yarn through and put the end over to anchor it a little bit. Make your first 3 chain, and then off we go. So we know how to make our corners, don't we? Normal way. So first cluster, then we have 3 chain, then a second cluster. Okay, and we now know that we're going to fill in any gaps between corners with clusters, aren't we? But between everything, we use our 1 chain to travel across. So here's our 1 chain, and we're going to move over and make a cluster in the next one. And what we also know is every round we add, so there's absolutely nothing to stop you continuing in this way and making a blanket out of just, you know, continually growing this square until it's blanket size. You're very, you know, we've seen lots of those. It's absolutely fine to do that. And all you'd need to do is just to keep adding 1 extra cluster per side. Okay, so I've still got a gap, so I need to put a cluster in it. It's that simple. So my travelling chain goes across and I put a cluster in. Okay. Three stitches per cluster, travel across, and I'm back to the corner. And that is all it is. That is your little granny square formula right there. It is chains and it is clusters, and those clusters are made of treble crochet if you're in the UK and double crochet if you're in the US. And the simplicity, I think, of this design is what has kept it so beloved to us for so long. You can do it almost with your eyes closed once you get going. So I'll go all the way around using that little recipe, if you like, of cluster, travelling chain, cluster, all the way around. Okay, this is my last corner. And we'll move to my last 2 clusters. Just remember, as you move away from one cluster, you've got to put a chain to travel, just to give yourself space for the next one if there's going to be a next one, and to keep those nice, the clusters spaced nice and evenly and uniformly through the rounds. Okay, very last stitch of this granny. Okay, and my final travelling chain to get to the end of the round, and to the end really of this little lesson. So we're closing the round in the normal way. 1, 2, 3, in I go. Cut the end. Around the hook and pull through. And there is our completed granny square. Okay, so we have now completed our 4-round granny square here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I can sew in the ends, and I've just got an identical twin here. So once you get to know those rhythms and the rules of a granny square, you really don't need a pattern. It will kind of sit in your head and you can pull that out whenever and make granny squares till the cows come home. However, if you would like to use this very sort of simple and much loved pattern to learn how to read patterns, it's a good one to do it on because it's kind of probably logically there with you already if you're a visual learner. If you'd like to use it to help guide you how to read a pattern, we've got some videos on that, so you can watch those. And equally, if you'd like to learn how to look at a chart and read a chart, it's another good one to use to learn that, because it will be a familiar pattern to you. You'll be able to apply that sort of knowledge and familiarity to reading a chart. So have a look at that video as well. But for now, if you just wanted to come along to see visually how to make a granny square, well, congratulations, you're at the end, and please do share your creations with us on social media, and we always love to see them. Thanks for sticking with us, and good luck on your crochet journey.